Howdy everyone, David here with Tabletopping.net, and this is the highly anticipated Tyranny of Dragons, Hoard of the Dragon Queen epic story adventure by Wizards of the Coast and Dungeons & Dragons. Now, this book was licensed out to the Kobold Press, and the authors are Wolfgang Bauer and Steve Winter. The cover art, which you can see is a very beautiful piece of art, was done by Raymond Swanland. Now, the book itself has 94 pages, and the design of the book is quite nice, actually, especially for a module. And you'll notice that, and you can hear that this is an actual hardback and not a flimsy stock card module like in past editions. But this is actually a very nicely put together book at first look. So this book itself has 8 episodes inside of it, and I'm not going to go through any of the actual episodes because I don't want to give out any spoilers on the adventure itself. And like I said, this is part 1 of the Tyranny of Dragons, and part 2 will be coming out in November, and that is the Rise of Tiamat. So you'll notice that the pages inside are just like the player's handbook, really nice quality. These aren't the high shiny pages like in the player's handbook. These are sort of like an actual true really thick card stock of like a manila or light caramel brown paper, and it's really nicely done. It looks like old scroll parchment. Now you'll also notice that there's plenty of new maps that go along with this as well, and I'm sure that all of the art is new as well. I don't recognize any of this. And it's very nicely done. There's all kinds of small town maps of the encounters, the dungeons, the castles, and whatnot that you have to visit throughout this module. Lots of monster art as well, and other pieces of, just miscellaneous art. It's really nicely done. And like I said, there's 94 pages, and everything is set up that's actually within each episode. So you'll have your encounters and all of your narrative text that you tell to your you say to your players is all highlighted in yellow. It breaks it down, listing the monsters that you need. Also sort of like features of the area. Really nicely done. Like I said, the pages are super thick, and as you can see, this is actually quite a thick book for only being 94 pages. Now, as I said, there's 8 episodes, and towards the back there are 3 appendices or appendices. Now these appendices, the first appendix is backgrounds, and the backgrounds are pretty much what involves the characters, and how you can link the characters that are going to play this adventure. You can link. Now next up, after the backgrounds, you'll notice that there is a monster section, and there's only several pages. There's only 6 or 7 pages of monsters, which there's definitely a lot more monsters in the book than there is actual printed monsters in the book. And lastly, there's a magic items appendix. Now, Wizards a couple days ago, they put out a download on their main site, and it is basically an online supplement for this book. I believe it was 30 pages. Now, that's all good and everything, but I would have liked to seen those 30 pages added into this book as well, because there's monsters here, and then there's monsters on the appendix or the online document resource that you download. So I don't know why that. I don't know what the decision was to do that. But I would have rather had all of the monsters in the book, and along with the magic items as well, because there is a magic items portion of the online supplement. So it just makes it a little bit more hard. It makes it a little bit more difficult for the dungeon master to flip through to the back of the book to find a monster, or is this monster in the online supplement, and it could kind of slow things down for you. But I have read a lot of this adventure, and it is actually quite exciting, and I cannot wait to take my players through it next week. So Other than really the online supplement, I really don't see any other drawbacks with this book. I mean, the quality is nice. I mean, it's going to last a super long time. The pages will not rip on you unless you literally tear them out. There's plenty of maps. I would have liked to seen maybe like in maybe 4th edition, they had like a map that was connected in the inside of the cover with all of the maps, because not everybody plays Theater of the Mind. A lot of players also like to have the maps without all of the locales. And I noticed something about the starter set. Even though it had all of the maps and everything was great, you literally had to go to the artist website to purchase the maps that did not have all the number locations so the players could see that. So I hope that's not going to be a common trend for 5th edition. But all of the maps here that are in the book, they're all numbered and labeled. So you will probably have to go to the author's site and buy the maps again, which I'm not really a fan of. I would have rather seen the maps printed without the locales here, because like I said, not everybody plays Theater of the Mind. But other than that, guys, this is a really solid book. I definitely recommend you getting this. You can also test it out in the D&D Encounter season when it starts up on August 20th. The first 3 encounter sessions will have basically the first 3 episodes of this book before it moves on to something else to entice the players to try the Hoard of the Dragon Queen. So, I hope you enjoyed the review. I hope it can sway your decision if you want to pick up the supplement or if you don't want to pick it up. And once again, my name is David with tabletopping.net, and I'll see you next time with more reviews on the Monster Manual and other supplements. See you next time.